Good morning to everyone. I am Sweta from GMRP Gajwet. Okay. So, in this video lesson, I am going to discuss about the introduction of radar and basic principle of radar with a block diagram. Okay. First of all, introduction to radar. So, here the radar stands for radio detection and ranging. Radar means radio detection and ranging. It means gathering the information about distant objects, that means targets, by sending electromagnetic waves to them and thereby analyzing the reflected waves, that is echo signal. Okay. So that means radar is nothing but a radar detection and ranging. So that means it gathers the information about the distant objects. That means radar is used to gather the information about different objects or different distance objects. That means that objects we call it as a target. So how can get the information from the distant object means by sending the electromagnetic waves to them and thereby analyzing the reflected waves. So from there the output or any other signal that will be coming from the target is called as a echo signal. Okay. So here higher frequencies produces the best echoes, make it possible to detect even a small targets and permit the use of the small antennas. Here the radar can detect static or mobile objects and is the most effective method of guiding the pilot with regard to the location in space and also for warning the approach of enemy plane for a similar purpose. Okay. So in this, the radiated energy on being received back at the radar station gives the information about the location of the target. The location of the target includes range, angle, velocity parameters. The range is the distance of the target from the radar station. The angle could be the azimuth or elevation for a static radar and velocity for moving targets. So by using this radar system, the range and direction and velocity of the moving object can be detected. So therefore radar is an electromagnetic system for the detection and location of the distant objects such as aircrafts, ships, spacecrafts, vehicles, peoples, etc. Okay. It is the power eye that has the capability to detect the targets under difficult conditions. That means even rain, fog, snow, day and night also they can find out the power of the object or information about the object. Next one is a definition of radar. Radar means radar, radio detection and ranging. Okay. So it is an electromagnetic system. Radar is an electromagnetic system which can detect the location, range. Range is nothing but a distance. That means range is nothing but a distance of the target from the radar station. Okay. Range is nothing but a distance of the target from the radar station. Next one is direction. Next velocity and movement of distant targets such as maybe ship, aircraft, spacecrafts, vehicles, peoples, and natural environment. So by sending the electromagnetic waves towards the targets and receives the echoes from the targets. Okay. So this is the one of the definition of the radar. Radar is nothing but radio detection and ranging. So it is an electromagnetic system which can detect the location, range, direction, velocity and movement of the distant targets, that may be ships, aircrafts, spacecrafts, vehicles, people and natural environment by sending electromagnetic waves towards the target and receives the echoes from the targets. Okay. So this is the one of the definition of the radar. Next. One more definition is radar is an electromagnetic system used for the detection and the location of the objects such as aircrafts, ships, spacecrafts, vehicles, missiles, peoples and the natural environments. Okay. So this is also one more definition. It is an electromagnetic system used for the detection and location of the objects. That objects may be aircraft, ships, spacecrafts, vehicles, missiles, peoples and natural environment. Next, one more definition. Okay. So radar is an electromagnetic system used for the detection of range. Range is nothing but a distance, that means distance of the target from the radar station. Okay. Next, location, direction and velocity of the moving targets. Okay. Radar is an electromagnetic system used for the detection of range, that means distance, location, direction and velocity of the moving targets. Okay. So these are all the definitions of radar. Okay. Once okay. So radar means radio detection and ranging. So it means gathering the information about distant objects, that means targets, by sending electromagnetic waves to them and thereby analyzing the reflected waves, that means echo signals. Or it is an electromagnetic system which can detect the location, range, direction, velocity and movement of distant objects, that may be ships, crafts, spacecrafts, vehicles, peoples and natural environments by sending the electromagnetic waves towards the target and receives the echoes from the targets. Okay. One more definition is same like that. It is an electromagnetic system used for the detection and location of the objects such as aircraft, ships, spacecrafts, vehicles, missiles, peoples and the natural environments. Next, radar is an electromagnetic system used for the detection of range, that means distance, location, direction and velocity of the moving targets. Okay. So next one is about radar. Okay. So here the radar was developed in Germany, France, USA and UK simultaneously few years before the Second World War. Okay. So before Second World War only the radar was developed. Okay. So actually the radar was intended for the use in only for military applications like location of the enemy aircraft. Okay, so before it strikes and bomb it down. So at that application, olden days we use this radar, or that was intended only for that purpose only. Okay, in the Second World War. Okay, next coming to the applications of radar, it is used to detect the storms, hurricanes, and tornadoes, and location of aircrafts and ships, land vehicles. Okay, next navigation of aircrafts and ships, and for navigation of aircrafts and ships also we use this radar. Next, this radar is used to study the various planets and for guidance of the space probes and tracking, and microwave spectroscopy also we use. So the radar frequencies are in UHF 0.3 to 1.0 gigahertz. L band name is frequency band is for L 1 to 1.5 gigahertz. Coming to S band 1.5 to 3.9 gigahertz. C band 3.9 to 8 gigahertz. X band 8.0 to 12.5 gigahertz. For Ku band 12.5 to 18.5 gigahertz. For K band 18.5 to 26.5 gigahertz. Okay, so next, classification of radars. So actually we have different types of radar systems are there. First one is a pulsed radar, CW radar, and phased array radar. So in this lesson we are going to discuss about the pulsed radar and CW radar. Again, we have in pulsed radar we have two types of radars are there: search radar and tracking radar. Okay, next coming to the basic principle of radar with the block diagram. Okay, so actually radar means what? Radar is a radio detection and ranging. It is an electromagnetic system used for the detection of location, range, direction, and velocity of the distant targets. Distant objects. So in that, the basic radar system consists of a transmitter, receiver, antenna, that means it is a highly directional antenna, duplexer, fast RF switch we use here, and display device. Okay, so the basic principle of radar system consists of a transmitter, receiver, antenna, duplexer, and display device. Okay, so this is the basic radar system. It consists of a transmitter, receiver, see here, transmitter, receiver, antenna, duplexer, and display device. Okay, so first of all, the function of a transmitter. So here it is a receiver. Sorry, ikkada transmitter vachindi. Here it is a receiver. Okay, so the function of transmitter. So it generates high power signals at microwave frequency range. The function of transmitter is it is used to generate high power signals at microwave frequency range. Okay, so the generated high power signal, that is the electromagnetic signal, are radiated into space by using this antenna. Okay, the function of antenna is here is to send the transmitted signals to this antenna. By using this antenna we will send the transmitted signals. Okay, so here The generated high power signals, that means electromagnetic signals, are radiated into space by using an antenna through duplexer. Okay, through duplexer we will send the electromagnetic waves to this antenna. So here the radar transmitter produces and electromagnetic signals to send it towards the target for the detection purpose. Next one is the duplexer. So duplexer is a switch which connects the transmitter or receiver to the antenna alternatively. So here duplexer, this duplexer is a switch which connects the either transmitter or receiver to the antenna alternatively. Sorry, this is a receiver by mistake. Next one is a antenna. Okay. So here the electromagnetic signal generated by the transmitter is radiated into space by using this antenna. Okay. So by using this antenna, the electromagnetic signals that will be generated by the transmitter is radiated by using this antenna. So these electromagnetic waves go towards the target, and reflected back towards the radar antenna. These reflected signals are called as a echo signal. Okay. So from the antenna, the electromagnetic waves goes towards the target is called as that signal is called as a transmitted signal, and the reflected signal that will back towards the radar antenna is called as a echo signal. Here the same antenna can be used for both transmitting and receiving purpose. Next one is the receiver. So here it is not a transmitter, it is a receiver. So the reflected signal, that means the echo signal collected by the radar antenna are delivered to this receiver through duplexer. By using this duplexer, the received signal, that is the echo signal, is goes to this receiver. In the receiver, the received signals are amplified and processed to detect the presence of the target and determine its location. Okay. The function of receiver is it receives the signals from the antenna and amplify the signal and process to detect the presence of the target and determine its locations. Next one is a display device. It is designed to present the received information. To present the received information, it is used. For example, here we use different types of radar display. Is A scope display, B scope display, plan position indicator displays we use. Okay. So here the definition of echo signal is the reflected electromagnetic signal from the target is called as a echo signal. Means what? The reflected electromagnetic signal from the target is called as a echo signal. Okay. So this is all about basic radar system. Okay. So the basic radar system consists of a transmitter, receiver, antenna, duplexer and display. Okay. This is the block diagram of basic radar system. It consists of a transmitter, receiver, duplexer, display and antenna. From the antenna, electromagnetic signals will be goes to the target or reaches to the target. Okay. So from the target, the electromagnetic signal reflected back. So that signal is here we call it as a echo signal. Okay. So range of the target or distance means the range is the distance of the target from the radar station. Okay, one see here. This is a radar station. We consider this as a antenna as a radar station. Okay, the distance between the target and the radar station. See here, target and the radar station. The distance between target and radar station is called as a range to target or distance. Okay. So transmitter. The function of transmitter is it generates the high power signals at microwave frequency range. Yes. The generated high power signals are radiated into space by using the antenna through duplexer. Yes, by using duplexer only, antenna will send the transmitted signals. Radar transmitter produces the electromagnetic waves to send it towards the target for detection purpose. Okay, target ki it send చేస్తుంది అన్నమాట. Next, duplexer. It is a switch which connects both transmitter and receiver to antenna alternatively. Antenna. The electromagnetic signal generated by transmitter is radiated into space by using an antenna. Okay, here these electromagnetic waves goes towards the target and reflected back towards the radar antenna. These reflected signals we call it as a echo signal. Okay, here the same antenna can be used for both transmitting and receiving purpose. Next, receiver. The function of receiver, that means the reflected signals from the radar antenna are delivered to this receiver by using duplexer only. Here by using duplexer only, received signal will be goes to the receiver. Next, the receiver function is it is used to amplify the signal and process to detect the presence of the target and determine its location. So that will be the determine its location. That location will be displayed by using this display device. We have different types of display devices: A scope, B scope, and plant position indicators. Okay. So in this lesson we have learned about the radar principle, block diagram of basic radar and applications of radar. So these are the some quiz questions.